Okay guys, I'm getting ready to film my thrift haul and I just accidentally hit 911 trying to get my phone into the tripod. What? I had to stay on the line because, you know, the call went through and I knew that they're going to be calling me back. You can't just dial 911 and hang up. So, okay, let's get this rolling and see if I can do a little better here. Hi resellers, thrifters, and YouTubers. I'm Carrie. My channel is Be Carried Away. Thank you so much for joining me here. And if you're new, thank you for finding me on the vast internet. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll give me a like and a subscribe. I'm here with a quick thrift haul from our New York City trip. So if you haven't seen the most recent video that I put out, it was a thrift with us, when we went into New York City and did a thrift with me. So this is the actual haul. So we didn't get a lot, but I got some really cool stuff and I'm saving the best for last. So I promise I'll go quick, but I'm gonna put up some photos of some of the items because I think, you know, just seeing me hold them up, it's not quite as easy to see exactly what they are. So the first items that I got were these menswear Ralph Lauren, and this is the Ralph Lauren, you know, it's not Chaps, it's not Polo, so this is a bit higher end brand. I do find Ralph Lauren in my local area where I live, upstate New York, but these were in the Church thrift store. So in the video we went to two different thrift stores. One was a real boutique-y, higher end thrift store with higher prices, and one was in a church basement and the prices were a little bit better. They still had some great stuff though. They still had you know, some higher end stuff. So these were only $5 each. They're exactly the same size. They're the custom fit men's 15.5. So I'm gonna lot them. And what I liked about these is that they're long sleeve and so they're work style, but they're great colors first. This is a green and white and this one's like a purple and blue. This one's awesome, but they're kind of summery-ish too. So if, you know, you're in an environment, if there's a guy in an environment, there are men's shirts who works in an office building but in summer but still, you know, wears button downs, then it's worth it. Now this is a true button down. So if you know the difference between a button up and a button down, this is a true button down, and button down just means that the collar of the shirt actually does button right here to the shirt itself. Okay, next from the St. Francis, the church basement, is a men's toggle front wool herring. It's like a yeah, that's a herringbone hoodie jacket, and this is from a great brand. So I did comp, always comp. I did comp this right in the store because this was a $15 purchase. It's a men's medium. I actually wasn't sure at first if it was men's or women's because it's kind of a long like hip length, but based on the size measurements, it's definitely a men's. It has this really nice button sleeve cuff, and it was $15. Great comps on a great brand. It had one little issue with it, and it was that the button, somebody had kind of put this pin on here as a button. Now the cool thing was, make sure that when you are home and you're going through your items, you know, you want to go through the pockets, you want to check the zippers, you want to do all of that stuff. A lot of that I'll do in the store, but I was really happy to reach in here in the pocket and there's the button. So whoever donated this put the button in the pocket, so all I have to do now is sew that on. So initially I was thinking I might have to just get different buttons or whatever. Buttons don't generally bother me. If I find an item, I think this will go for $75. And I do, now this, you know, we're shopping in May, but I'm looking ahead. I think I will definitely probably sell this in the fall, but you know, coats sell, especially if you're on eBay, all year round. I've just, in the past month, sold 2 coats that went out to Australia. So don't be afraid to pick up items that are off season. These are kind of in season, but they're coming off. This is a pair of UGG boots, and these were also from the church basement. They're in absolutely excellent condition. just really no wear on them. You know, you often want to look at the heels. There's just a little bit maybe on one of the heels, but these were only $8. So for logo embossed Uggs, tall boots, they're a nice size. They're a size 8, so that's a very, you know, middle of the road popular size. So great find on those Uggs for 8 boots. 3 items down. Okay, also from the small church basement. Now here's some Ralph Lauren. This is Polo, so this is the lower end, but these are super cool for summer. These were only $4. So these are men's. These are a size 34. They're Mike's size too, so maybe he'll end up keeping these. I think these are cool. We do love to go to the horse races. We weren't able to go last year. I'm from upstate New York, so we generally go to Saratoga. We've been to the Belmont Stakes out on Long Island, and you know, these are like a perfect dress short for that. And I have one more item from the church basement. More winter clothing. Again, I'll put up a large photo of this, but in excellent condition. $15 again. So, you know, that's generally a little higher than I would pay because I usually can find things like half price. It might be marked initially $14.99 at my upstate New York thrift store, but for $15, I mean, this is an Eddie Bauer, really, really nice down long coat. This is not the short one. This is kind of like calf mid-leg, the nice hoodie, zip and snap, and this is down. This is a minimum of 80% down, so down jackets go great. I'm not surprised to find this in New York. Everybody walks. It gets very cold in the city. You know, you're waiting for the subway, you're waiting for the train, bus, and lots of people wear some really hardcore coats down there. So this was a great find. Beautiful condition. It's practically brand new, and I'll definitely make my money back. I think I'll probably list this for maybe, you know, $75, $80, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the other thrift store that we went to was called Housing Works, and they support AIDS, the fight against AIDS, as well as homelessness in the city. So I was really happy to spend some money in there. I only picked up 4 items there, but they're all great, and I think they're gonna be profitable. We had a great time there. It was a lot of fun. It was a very boutique sort of thrift store. So the first item is this very simple bikini top, bathing suit top. It has ties on the top, ties on the bottom, and has these really pretty beads, blue and white. And best of all, this was only $5, so you can't beat that. And it's new with tags from a really high-end brand. So this is a BOLO brand. If you see Calypso St. Bart, I would highly recommend picking it up. I have sold Calypso St. Bart, their cashmere is really sought after, but they also have this, you know, beachy line of clothes as well. So the initial price on the this is just the bikini top, and this is not for the bikini bottoms as well, because you can see it does say just striped top in navy, size large, was $85. So and it had been marked down to $79. Well, I got it for $5 at this thrift store, and I'm sure that I'll get, you know, $35 for this gorgeous Calypso St. Bart top. So the next item were these, you saw me pick these up, these cream color jeans. These are cropped, and they have this really awesome raw hem. I just love raw hems. I think that's such a cool trend. They're a size 27, and they're We The Free. So these were $20, and that's pretty high, you know, for a pair of We The Free jeans. But I don't find a lot of We The Free. I find some, but not a lot. And I think this drives traffic to the store. It's nice to have these kinds of items in your store. And these are a little special. They've got this really cool peace sign on the back. And then down the side, they've got some, it's kind of faux painted, but they're kind of blinged out. Look at this. They've got, it says Wild Thing on the side with this floral kind of hippie vibe. And that's a snake. So they've got the snake going up the side there. And it goes all the way up the side of the thigh with that that theme. So these are pretty cool. I don't know if they have a name, but they're very hippie, very boho. And the other thing that I liked about them as well is they are button down. So button down jeans are, you know, they usually command a little bit better price for button down rather than zip. And then they also have the kind of the, you know, cool sign painted in the pockets here. Next, you saw me pick up these boots. These are booties. These are from Sanita, which is a great brand, another Danish brand, very similar to Dansko. I do very well with Sanita. I generally don't pay as much. These were $15, but $15 is still enough. There's still enough to make a profit on these. So really cool color, great condition. Treads are in great condition. They're practically new. They've only been worn a few times, so somebody probably, you know, they probably didn't fit. Maybe they weren't comfortable, that sort of thing. But they've got that orthopedic, really great insole here, and the style's on point. And so I think I'm gonna list these at about $45. So for $15, I'll definitely double my money on these as well. Okay, and the final item is just absolutely amazing. And this is why I went to New York City, was to find something of this caliber. This is an absolutely gorgeous cream colored fox. I believe this is blue fox trimmed in the collar and both of the cuffs coat. It's got a double-breasted, it's kind of a 3-button down, double-breasted with pockets. Now this is from the brand Lily Ann, which is a well-known vintage brand. It was sold at Marshall Russo, which is the name of the store, and it was sold either at one of these hotels out in Las Vegas. So this was probably, you know, in the really expensive Vegas shop for somebody to purchase when they hit it big out there, but it's clearly vintage. The Sahara Hotel, the Sands Hotel, the MGM Grand, Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. So Marshall Russo had a store in those 4 casino hotels, and was selling Lily Ann knits. So this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the interesting thing about this coat was that the saleswoman at the cashier told me this had just gone on the floor that day. So that's what happens. That's how you find these amazing vintage items. And that's why I say, you know, go regularly, go to the same thrift stores over and over. That's when you're gonna hit on something. So I paid way up for this. I paid $70 for this, but it's going to be well worth it. First, it has a couple special things, which I'm going to show you. So the collar is attached, so it's sewn on. Look at these sleeves. So these are these wide sleeves. Look at this. They're open. They snap here at the bottom to make a full sleeve, but they have this beautiful drape. So when it's on your arm, this could drape out and have a very cape sort of look. So I'm gonna have this model. I'm putting the photos up here of the overall coat to show you in the haul video, but I'm gonna get this modeled for sure because it has this really cool draping feature that just wouldn't show on a hanging on a hanger. And even when I first picked this up, I had no idea that it had that, you know, that it was lined like this with that drape on both sleeves. In addition, let me turn this around. Look at the back of this coat. So it has this absolutely, it's just a fuzz, it has this absolutely gorgeous bow with rhinestones. No missing rhinestones, just a really cool and unique detail. So between the drapey look of the sleeves, the really pretty, and you know, it's very extra, would be the term we would use now, but in a very elegant way. So I'm super happy with a $70 pickup on this. The comps for this coat are fantastic. So okay guys, so let's put some of these comps up here. There are a couple that are really spectacular that are multiple thousands of dollars. So this, the first one is this, it looks quite a bit older than mine. It looks maybe like 40s or so, 50s perhaps, but the really super peplum style. Then there's this one, which is about $1,700. Super retro and very unique. You know, a cream coat with a fox fur. this is unique. I believe it's unique because it has such special features and it's so beautiful. But this one is obviously clearly very, very unique. It's a one-off, so they can command a much higher price. Now, the average about that I was looking at, the lower end were some of these. I'm gonna flash through a couple of Lillian vintage coats. Were, you know, $2.95, $3.95. I believe this one is more, will command more money than those. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna list this at $7.50. There are a couple others that are $5.95, $6.95, $8.50. And so I'm gonna go with $7.50 on this, see what I find, see what kind of bites I get. I'm gonna hold on to it for a while. I'm a long tail seller. And will I come down on that price at all? Sure, but not right away, you know. I think that it's a fair price. I think it's one of a kind. You know, you're not going to find this in your thrift store on a regular basis, and whoever's looking for vintage, you know that you're going to end up paying up. And so I'm really super excited about this absolutely great thrift stores to try next time I go into the city for a thrift trip. And there, I was in the Upper West Side, and the ones that she suggested are more in the in Greenwich Village area. So I'm gonna hit those next time, and hopefully I'll bring you guys along and you'll come with me on my next New York City thrift trip. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck thrifting, everybody.